Hey Michael, it's Ray. Just wanted to send you this quick video as promised. This is my DJI Phantom 2 quadcopter, and I have the GoPro 3 Hero on this, and I bought, as some of the extras to this particular drone, I have the LCD screen that mounts to the back of my remote, just like this, and for the transceiver and the receiver part of it, I have this cloverleaf, I think this is an upgraded kind of antenna, this cloverleaf antenna on the back of this one, as well as on the back of the drone, the same type of cloverleaf transmitter. And then also some of the updates to this, or upgrades, is on the bottom here I have a ability to give me diagnostic information about the drone. So if you're flying and you want to know how high you're flying and that kind of stuff, that's the one down here. See if I get it to focus. It's the OSD Mini, and then there's the DJI transmitter. And the reason why I got this particular setup, and the newer ones now, like the DJI Vision, they come with all this preloaded, and you can fly them with your iPhone. So I think that if I was you, I probably would get that. But let's say somebody was selling one of these by you as a used one. The one thing I do like about it is that you could buy an accessory like this and have multiple receivers or monitors view what you're viewing. So as I'm flying, and you'll see in the video, I could be showing you, or you could be seeing what's on this monitor, but somebody else at a remote location that has this can also see what you're seeing. So it gives the ability for a second person to enjoy kind of like seeing what you're seeing as you're flying. So it's really kind of cool. Now, the one question you asked about the ability to take high-res or high-res pictures while flying, on my Hero 3, I don't have that ability. But on the newer ones, you do have the ability to snap photos as you're flying, and which I think is a cool feature. I would have to either tell this to take only pictures, or tell it to do video and then take screenshots out of the footage that I capture. I'm not certain that if I told it to take photos, I don't have the ability to tell it when to take the photo. It would just be like on a time lapse, and when I got back I'd be able to see it. But like I said, the newer ones do have that ability, the newer DJI Phantom Vision series, and they even have the newer ones out there now that are I forgot the name of it, the Eclipse or something like that, or Inspire I think it is, and the bigger drones. So this is probably about a year and a half old technology. I got about $2,000 into everything that you see here, and I branded it the name of my first mobile app that I designed called Tylo Tag. So I just kind of put it on there. Another quick tip that I would recommend that you do for sure, regardless of which one you buy, is get one of these reward if found stickers and put it on there. I had a buddy who lost his drone the very first time he flew it. The thing just took off and went away, never came back to him. So that was probably about $1,200, just literally flew away on him. And then he bought another one, and the very first time I was flying with him, he decided to crash into mine. They are pretty durable. When he crashed into mine came down, and all I got was a little nick on this arm right here. You probably can't see it. It's very minimal. I was fortunate that it didn't do much damage. And it did break my gimbal, and he gave me his gimbal as a result of it because of him being such an idiot. He felt bad. This gimbal here, when I power up, I'll show you, this keeps that camera perfectly centered when the drone is flying. That's invaluable. You have to have a gimbal mounted, and they have all different kinds of axles. They have a 2 or 3 axle, which controls, how it articulates as the thing is moving in all different directions. Right now the power is not on the unit, so that's why it looks like it's kind of just sloppy there. You'll see that it'll be really cool footage here in a moment. So I think that's about it. Okay, I got my son flying his, what is that one called, Danny?
Blade 180.
The Blade 180? That has no GPS, he's just good at flying it. So let me show you some of the Let me turn on my monitor now. This is going to be the trickiest part for you to see. See if you can see this. So it sees what the GoPro sees right now. I don't know how well you could actually see this. Trying to get it as close as possible. And the OSD tells me, that's what gives me this information, like how my battery is doing, the height, the calibration for my horizontal instruments and stuff like that. I'll try to take a better picture of it if you can't see it, Mike, and show you. So there's... And flying this thing, well, first thing you have to realize is that I have to turn it on to record. So right now I'm not recording, and I cannot do that remotely. I have to do that physically by going to the GoPro. See if you could see this now. So now I'm recording because it tells me there's a little red light up on the top left here that says I'm recording, and I'm recording at wide angle, super wide angle on my GoPro, 1080. Up there it says. It's as simple as just putting the joysticks together, bottom, so they touch like this. That's what started it up. Now I'm already tracking with 8 different GPSs. I definitely don't want to take this thing off the ground if I don't have the GPSs locked in. And now it's just up throttle. Very smooth. And I'll turn this around so you can see it. Bring it back this way now. I'm trying to get it far enough away so you can still hear me, but close enough so you can see it. So right now I have control over it. I can move the camera around if I wanted to. I'll show you that here in a second. And you can see the gimbal working. I'm moving the camera up and down right now. I can go left and right, and the gimbal holds it perfectly stable. And you'll see this better when I show you the footage from it. Turn it around now so I can orient the position of this. Bring it back. My son's trying to get in the photo there. He's trying to get his blade in the video. But the wind of this thing, you can see the wind on the grass there. It puts out a lot of wind. So I can ground his blade 180 if he gets underneath my DJI Phantom. Okay, let's turn the camera this way. And now I'm just going to take it off and go up and away. Now I know you're out of the camera view right now, and I'll try to show you what it sees. See if I can get this focus in. And I still have control over the camera. I'm going to pivot the camera down. You can see it going down, looking on top of my neighbor's house. Let me turn it so I can see the orientation of where I'm at. That's on. Move it up a little bit. Now I'm viewing my house. And I could fly it knowing that I have nothing in the way just by flying by sight on the monitor. You can still hear it. Let me go higher so you don't hear it. Okay. Now I'm going to go literally right over us. So I'm flying this just by the monitor, and I'm directly underneath this tree because it's about 1,000 degrees outside in Florida right now. You can see there's some interference on my monitor. The newer DJI Inspire, I think it has light bridge. It's supposedly a high definition view, but you're going to be paying the big bucks. And I know that you probably got it since Pro Styler came out, but you might not want to waste it. I love Pro Styler, by the way. Got all my clients going onto it. Awesome. Thank you very much for allowing us to use that, Mike. So let me go over here. And I'm up on 76% of my battery, so my battery is still good. You'll get about 20 minutes of battery on this thing. Okay, let me bring it where I can visibly see it now. So let me go back by the camera so you can hear me better. And now I'm going to bring it down. The little noise you hear as well, that's my son's Blade 180. That's not coming from mine. That's coming from his. You probably hear it in the background a little bit more now. I'm about 50 meters up. $30 meters up. Walked right into a spider's web, which is always nice. Okay, let's get it back in focus now. There it is right there. What I find best, Mike, is that if you walk behind it or always position yourself from behind the unit, then left will always be left, right will always be right. I sometimes get a little dyslexic when I'm facing it, when it's facing me and I'm not from a vantage point of being behind it. So I definitely would recommend that you do the same. So let's bring it over here. I think you're going to like this drone. You'll definitely have fun with them. They're definitely fun to use. What I was saying before is that on the joystick, if I want to go left, I actually have to move the joystick to the right. And if I want to go to the right, I have to move the joystick to the left because the orientation from me to the drone are backwards. Now if I turn the drone completely around, now it's facing in the direction like I'd be driving a car. Left is left, right is right, left. I'm more comfortable flying it like this, from this perspective. Forward is forward with the joystick, back with the joystick. It's when you get a little bit disoriented from where you're at in position to the drone, it gets a little bit difficult. So I'll turn it back around. Oops. So now it's the opposite again. I'll take it for a little lap around the cul-de-sac. Going inside? Alright, wave by to the camera. This one. coolest thing about this, I think, Mike, is that you could literally just take your hands off the joystick, off the controller completely, and not even worry about it, because it will lock into a location and it'll stay at that location. Let me show you. So right now I'm not even controlling it and it's right there. Now the reason why it's drifting a little bit on me is because I didn't calibrate the compass, which you should do every once in a while. But if I would have calibrated this compass, this would have been sticking right in its place. And then you can go over to it, and I'll do this, I'll get it closer so you can see, which is kind of cool. So if I went over to this drone and pushed it out of the way, it will come back to that same location. Watch. Let me get it closer to me. And like I said too, in order to land it, I don't try to land it on the ground. I just catch it and then power down, and I'll show you that right here. And then power down on this and it will turn off and I'm good to go. So there she is. She's got about 33% of the battery left. According to DJI, you never want to fly it to complete empty, especially if you're going to store it. So I'm going to turn it off now. Yep.